Breaking news this morning. The number of migrants arriving in the UK in 2024 after crossing the English Channel in small boats was up by a quarter on the previous year. This is according to figures just published this morning. Well, Sky's Sadia Chowdhury is with me. Breaking news this, Sadia, but what do we know?
So, as you say, these numbers just released. The Home Office updates figures on a routine basis. What we do know is that the latest figures are up until the December 29th. So that number may grow slightly, although, of course, the last few days we saw those blustery, windy conditions. The last crossings, as I say, took place on December 29th. 291 people, made the journey from France in 6 boats. That's nearly 50 per boat, and that is already an indication of just how this is changing, because there was a time when we used to go to the shore and we see these boats and like 12 or 15 people used to arrive per boat, and we've seen these boats ourselves. We've been there and we've seen that they're not fit for purpose, and yet we're seeing now 50, 48, 60 people being crammed onto boats all the time. 2024's total of 36,816 makes it the second highest number in terms of the number of people arriving to the UK in small boats since data collection began in 2018. It is up 25% from last year, but down 20% from the highest year, which was 2022. And of course, over the last few years, we've seen this number sort of go up and down, it rises. But what remains constant is that promise by various governments that they're going to do something about it. The former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has had to accept that he failed in his vow to stop the boats. Remember, that was an election promise. The former Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, failed in her dream to send migrants who arrived this way to Rwanda. Her successor then, James Cleverly, failed to get those flights off the ground, multiple court legal challenges. This Labour government has scrapped that plan altogether. The Prime Minister called it dead and buried. And last month, the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, said that the government had a moral responsibility to tackle the channel crossings, but she refused to set a deadline on a target of when we might start seeing a sharp reduction in that number. Today, a Home Office spokesperson told Sky News, "We all want to end dangerous small boat crossings which threaten lives and undermine our border security. The people smuggling gangs do not care if the vulnerable people they exploit live or die, as long as they pay. We will stop at nothing to dismantle their business models and bring them to justice." And we should really put this all into a bit of context. Small boat crossings are just one of a number of ways that people enter the country, but they seem to get a lot of focus because of how risky they are, and they've become riskier. We spoke about those boats now packing in, those people smuggling gangs now packing in more people into those boats. So I suspect they're making more money off of these individuals. And as I said before, 2024 was considered the deadliest year. 53 people died trying to reach the UK, and the National Crime Agency says it currently has 70 live investigations into organised crime and people trafficking.
OK, Sadia, thank you. Reacting to those latest Home Office figures there on English Channel crossings.